Today our topic is why you should practice non-attachment. Life is full of ups and downs, and we often find ourselves holding tightly to things, people, or outcomes. We think that if we hold on, we will be happy, safe, or in control. But the truth is, holding on too tightly can cause more pain than letting go. Non-attachment is not about not caring or being cold. It is about finding peace by understanding that everything in life is temporary. When we practice non-attachment, we learn to enjoy life without being controlled by our desires or fears. Non-attachment is a key idea in many philosophies, like Stoicism and Buddhism, and it can help us live a more balanced and peaceful life. Let me explain what non-attachment means. Non-attachment means not clinging to things, people, or outcomes. It means accepting that everything changes and that we cannot control everything. For example, you might have a favorite cup that you use every morning. One day, it breaks. If you are attached to that cup, you might feel sad or angry. But if you practice non-attachment, you understand that the cup was never truly yours to keep forever. It was just a cup, and now it is gone. You can still enjoy the next cup of coffee, even if it is in a different cup. This is a simple example, but it shows how non-attachment can help us deal with loss and change. Non-attachment is not about giving up or being passive. It is about focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot control. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Some things are in our control, and others are not." He taught that we should focus on our own thoughts, actions, and choices, because these are the only things we truly control. Everything else, like other people's opinions, the weather, or the past, is beyond our control. When we try to control what we cannot, we create stress and frustration. But when we accept what we cannot control, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Imagine you are in a traffic jam. You cannot control the traffic, but you can control how you react to it. If you are attached to the idea of arriving on time, you might feel angry and stressed. But if you practice non-attachment, you accept the situation and use the time to relax or listen to music. You might still prefer to arrive on time, but you do not let the delay ruin your mood. This is how non-attachment helps us stay calm even in difficult situations. Another reason to practice non-attachment is that it helps us appreciate the present moment. When we are too attached to the past or the future, we miss what is happening right now. For example, you might be so worried about a future exam that you cannot enjoy a beautiful sunset. Or you might be so focused on a past mistake that you cannot enjoy time with your friends. Non-attachment teaches us to let go of regrets and worries so that we can fully experience the present. The present moment is the only moment we truly have. The past is gone, and the future is not guaranteed. By practicing non-attachment, we learn to live in the now and find joy in the simple things. Non-attachment also helps us build healthier relationships. When we are attached to people, we often expect them to make us happy or fulfill our needs. But this can lead to disappointment and conflict. No one can make us happy all the time, and no one should be responsible for our happiness. When we practice non-attachment, we love and care for others without expecting them to be perfect or always agree with us. We accept them as they are, and we allow them the freedom to be themselves. This creates a stronger and more peaceful connection, because it is based on acceptance rather than control. Think about a time when you had a disagreement with someone you love. If you were attached to being right, you might have argued for hours, trying to prove your point. But if you practiced non-attachment, you might have listened to the other person's perspective and let go of the need to win the argument. This does not mean you agree with everything they say, but it means you value the relationship more than being right. Non-attachment helps us resolve conflicts with compassion and understanding. One of the biggest challenges in practicing non-attachment is dealing with fear. Fear often comes from attachment fear of of losing something or someone, fear of failure, or fear of the unknown. But when we practice non-attachment, we realize that fear is just a feeling, and it does not have to control us. We can feel fear and still take action. For example, you might be afraid of starting a new job or moving to a new city. If you are attached to the idea of staying safe and comfortable, you might avoid taking the risk. But if you practice non-attachment, you accept the fear and move forward anyway. You understand that growth often requires stepping out of your comfort zone. Non-attachment also helps us deal with failure and rejection. When we are attached to success, failure can feel like the end of the world. But failure is just a part of life. Everyone fails at some point, and failure can teach us important lessons. When we practice non-attachment, we see failure as an opportunity to learn and grow, rather than as a reflection of our worth. The same is true for rejection. If someone rejects us, it does not mean we are unworthy of love or respect. It just means that we are not the right fit for that person or situation. Non-attachment helps us move on and keep trying, even when things do not go as planned. Practicing non-attachment does not mean we stop setting goals or working hard. It means we do our best without being obsessed with the outcome. For example, if you are preparing for a competition, you can train hard and give it your all. But if you are too attached to winning, you might feel devastated if you lose. On the other hand, if you practice non-attachment, you can be proud of your effort, no matter the result. This mindset reduces stress and allows us to enjoy the process, not just the outcome. Finally, non-attachment helps us find inner peace. When we stop clinging to things, people, or outcomes, we free ourselves from the constant cycle of desire and disappointment. We realize that true happiness comes from within, not from external things. This does not mean we stop enjoying life or pursuing our dreams. It means we enjoy life without being controlled by our desires. We can appreciate what we have without worrying about losing it. To practice non-attachment, start by noticing when you are clinging to something. It might be a material possession, a relationship, or a specific outcome. Ask yourself, can I control this? Is it worth my energy to hold on so tightly? If the answer is no, try to let go. Focus on what you can control: your thoughts, actions, and choices. Remind yourself that everything is temporary and that change is a natural part of life. Over time, non-attachment will become a habit, and you will find more peace and freedom in your life. In conclusion, non-attachment is a powerful practice that can help us live with more peace, joy, and balance. It teaches us to let go of what we cannot control, appreciate the present moment, and build healthier relationships. It helps us face fear, failure, and rejection with courage and resilience. And most importantly, it helps us find inner peace and true happiness. Life is a journey, and non-attachment is a tool that can make the journey more enjoyable and less stressful. So, let go of what you cannot control, focus on what you can, and embrace the beauty of the present moment. This is the way to a more fulfilling and peaceful life.